Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Caleb, and today on this video I'm going to be making this pendant. The video will cover some design work, some soldering, some silver sawing, some engraving, and some finish work. But before we get going here, I just want to bring some attention to my Etsy shop where I sell a lot of the things I make. Alright, so this is my Etsy shop. It's just Nightingale Forge, all one word. And as you can see, I sell various handmade sterling silver pendants. I sell some leather and steel hairpins, all handmade. Sell some sterling silver earrings and some leather earrings also. So if this is your kind of thing, or you're looking for something like this for a gift for someone, I would definitely encourage you to check out my Etsy page. And now we're going to move on to the next part of the video. So this is my pendant design, and I'm going to try my best to recreate this in silver. So for my silver, I have a piece of 12 gauge sterling silver and a 16 by 12 millimeter turquoise cabochon that I'm going to solder to the piece of silver. And here I've drawn out a couple different renditions of the design. And I think I'm going to go with the smaller one. And the turquoise is going to sit right in the center right there. And the first thing I'm going to do is solder on the bezel. So for the bezel that I'm going to wrap around the stone, I'm going to use some 28 gauge fine silver. So I got the right size I need. I'm just gonna mark it. Okay, so I got it marked. Now I'm gonna use a pair of flush cutters. I got a nice little circle, and I'm just gonna file the edges here a little bit, and then I'm going to put some solder on it. Alright, so I've got flux on both sides of the joint on the bezel. Now I'm gonna put some solder on it. Now I'm putting a few solder chips right on the joint. So now I just dropped the bezel in some pickle. So I took this out of the pickle, and now I'm just going to file away some of the excess solder, and I'm also going to make sure all of the edges are flush. Alright, so this is how the fit up is looking, and now I'm just going to solder on the bezel. Put a little flux in the area. My solder chips. Into the pickle. So after soldering on the bezel, I have now redrawn the design, and now it's ready to be engraved. Alright, so now I'm going to shade the engraving. Okay, so now I'm going to start removing the background away from the engraved parts of the piece. So this is how it's looking right now. And now I'm just going to start filing all of the edges down. Alright, so as you can see, I made a little tinfoil model of a bale that I'm now going to produce in silver. So I have the bale all cut out now. And now I'm just going to shape it up with the file. And I'm just using some half-round pliers to bend it into shape around the pendant. So as you can see, I was able to wrap the bail around the workpiece, and the joints are really close together, and I can solder that together. So as you can see, I've drawn some scroll work on the bail, and now I'm going to engrave it. Now for this part here, I'm just trying to burnish around the edges of the bezel. Making it nice and smooth. Alright, so now I'm going to spend quite a bit of time giving this piece a really good polish. Alright guys, here's the completed piece. I'm pretty happy with it.